Hi, everyone. Hello, everybody. I hope everyone is having a great evening thus far. I hope your day has been great so far. If you had a very challenging day today, do not say that you're having a bad day. Say that you're having a character building day. Remember, it is building the fruit of the Holy Spirit, the patience, the long suffering. Yes, the long suffering, it is a part of it. The love, the joy, the peace, the self control. Do you realize that we suffer from or you from not having self control? That is why we have a lot of the crime and the violence across the world, in particular in Jamaica, because this is where I live. So I'm going to speak about the country in which I inhabit. The crime and violence is part and parcel because of the lack of self control. We feel we need to give in to every anger that comes, because we will get that release. We can harness that, anger in a very good way because the Bible says you can be angry but do not sin. For example, if you see injustices, um, unfairness, you can deal with it firmly, but in a healthy fashion. All right, and your anger can come about. For example, if you see a man molesting a child, male or female, you must be angry about that. You can't be smiling and think that that's a good thing. You get angry, but you're not going to be out of control. If you see somebody beating upon the innocent, for instance, just beating upon somebody and bullying somebody, you're going to be angry about it and you're going to deal with it in a healthy fashion, a very strong and firm fashion. You know, if a child is being insolent, very curt and discourteous and rude and out of order, you're going to be angry, but in a controlled manner. So, anger is an emotion that is necessary. We have to have it. It is sometimes we lose the control of it. It's the strongest form of emotion. Yes, not sex, people, anger. When that thing consumes you, if it is not controlled, it can become bitterness. And that's a stage and state that you do not want to go. You do not want to head there. That's one of the worst state to be in, bitterness. Terrible. Because it can cause you to do things you do not want to do and have many, many regrets, which can be devastating not only for you, but for your family and for your friends. And it continues throughout the generations. All right, my beautiful people, my beautiful people. Since the other day in recent times, it has become even more emphatic in my mind and in my heart as to, and I'm not knocking anybody. I pause right there. I don't want anyone to feel that I'm knocking them. But it is just a phenomenon I'm trying to understand. Back and funny enough, my experiences in life, it may be shocking to see that I'm going to bring up this particular subject because I've not really faced discrimination in this particular way, and I've not been ostracized in that particular way. No, I'm talking about the skin complexion saga that we have been battling for many, 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 many years. And I decided I shouldn't have said that. That's the reason why I follow some of the Jamaican secular artists I'm talking now, dance hall artists. To see what their music is like, how they sound, how rhythmic and melodic and musical they are, how witty and crafty they are, and I follow that. But there is something that I notice. Sometimes I always say, I want to see their wives and their girlfriends. I just want to see what race they are or the skin complexion, ethnicity, the back, that sort of a thing. And to be honest, I follow quite a number of them, almost all of them. And not one of them I found to date women of the dark, dark complexion. If they are, maybe I've missed it. And somebody can point them out in general to me. You heard the words? In general to me. And I said to myself, some of them, they are of the dark, some of the artists, now I'm talking, they themselves are of the very dark pigmentation, dark, dark pigmentation. Them have what Jamaicans call the kaya head, the tough head, the pepper green head, the picky, picky head. And I said, is it that they're that? stuck in slavery? Is it that they are that fearful that the child will come out like a monkey or very ugly? And when I say the monkey thing, I don't want anybody to take that personal, not to say that because somebody's dark, they're going to come out like a monkey, because somebody can be of a lighter complexion and have a monkey look. So I don't want you to miss the point. Hear what I'm trying to zone into. Is it that they assume that if the child comes out with that dark pigmentation, big nose, big lips, beady eyes, picky head, that is going to affect the intellect of the child, that it is going to affect the wealth, the possible wealth of that child, that that child can harness and hone and help their own families and friends? Is it that it's going to affect their spirituality, their mentality, because of the color of their skin? I sometimes wonder what is the fear in some of these, in quite a number of these Jamaican dancehall artists dating and or marrying women with very, very dark complexion, big nose, for example, big lips, beady eyes, picky head. Una mean for tell me say not one of them. And when I say that, I don't mean literally one. But do you mean to say not one of them is interested in women of that complexion? Dark? Very dark? And they do not have that European look with the straight nose and the small lips. Like myself, I have to use the lipstick to try and give it a little big look. And they don't have the full eyes like mine, but the eyes maybe a little squeezed in. And I am trying to understand, how is it then that they can even love on somebody, even of a different ethnicity, skin complexion, or race? Because therefore it suggests to me that they don't love themselves, hence they don't find somebody who looks like them in the female sense. And I'm not knocking anybody who is of the fair complexion, brown complexion that we call it, straight nose. As I said, maybe I'm not necessarily a qualified person to have this discussion right now, but I marvel at the fact that these men, these athletes, some of the athletes, but the Jamaican dancehall artists, that all their girlfriends, I don't even know whose wife is who girlfriend is who, because they all basically look alike to me. And I'm saying, oh my goodness. I feel it for my darker skin complexion women who are beautiful, because, and they're shafted by these men because these men feel that they cannot have an enjoyable life with them. They must feel that way. They feel that they're going to be ridiculed by others because they don't fit the status quo of beauty, elegance, and charm. They don't fit that status quo. And ultimately, they don't want their child to come out looking horrific with a black skin and picky head. And I want somebody to explain, if the child comes out like that, how does it affect the intellect of the child? How would it affect the possibility of that child becoming very wealthy and very influential? How does the dark complexion cause that? I really can feel it. I mean, as a black woman, I feel it, but I'm trying to see if I can really understand what those of the very dark complexion undergo. Very dark, you know what I'm saying? When Jamaica say you're black. You're black. I never forgot. I had a former classmate in high school, I'm talking. A brilliant person, one of those academia type individual, just love the book or book. But a balanced human being who can have a real conversation, real talk. And somebody relayed to me that the individual went back to school to teach, went initially just, as a starting job. And when she would go to her class, when they know that she was coming, some of the students would say, Darkness I come. Every turn on the light, turn on the light. And I said to myself, wow, we really need help. We need a serious transformation of the mind because our minds have been so clouded to believe that anything that is black is not good or not good or anything too black not good or anything black not good, and everything of other complexion, lighter complexion, is okay and all right, and you can stay around and all of that, stick around. And it has affected all of us, including myself. I remember growing up and had some family members who would not be tickle pink if I dated somebody dark. I remember I did, and some of them didn't like that because he was too dark. A lawyer, but he was too dark, and it affected me when I was much younger because some of those family members would say to me, they would describe people of the dark complexion as big, fat, black and ugly. She just black, so the black just pierce on. And they go on and on and on and on and say it in different ways, demeaning and derogatory ways. And you grow up thinking, oh my goodness, when you see somebody black, it kind of turned up. And the worst part, I can tell you what almost solidified that thought was my experiences now in life as I got older. Because you see how the enemy works? Plants a seed and he waters it. So the experiences that I have had personally with dark complexion people, very dark, were a lot of times negative. And I'm talking about people who decided to just not like me for their own personal reason. We have not had any running. I've not offended them. We don't even know each other, just see you, and you know that usual thing. And I said, oh my God, I wonder if what I've been told is actually true. It was almost like clockwork, especially when they're very dark and not the European beautiful looking ones. I said, oh my God, it seems as if it is true. And they make trouble for me. And I'm saying, you see how life is? Now, if I were to get up and say, boy, you saw you're black and ugly if you have a dopey, or people like you and all, if light turn on, them still can't see you. If I did all of that, I would have been dubbed, oh, the worst person on the planet. And I said, I battled with that for a long time. I said, oh my goodness, it seems as if it is so. I became fearful if I know of somebody who may have wanted to date somebody and I saw that the person was dark, because I figured, oh my God, this is going to be a dangerous individual. I kid you not. And that's how the enemy works. And it went on like that for a long time. Until I came across persons of light complexion who are horrible. Horrible. Light complexion. And I'm saying, Tony, and it has to do with people. It has nothing to do with complexion. So this thing about anything with too black, no good, is a fable. It's a myth, because you can say anything with too brown or good, anything slightly brown or good. I mean, we can say it or we can go on and on and on and on. But I marvel at my Jamaican men, especially those in the entertainment, in media land, the popular ones, that they never thought that they could have had a happy life with somebody who is of dark complexion, very dark, picky head, beady eyes, big nose, thick lips. Now, I'm not saying that you can't go for what you're attracted to, but let me ask you something. No, not attracted to not. No, so all of you can't wire the same way. So much on it. So many of you can't wire the same way. Not even 2, 3 of you. Even 4 of you. Can like dark skinned women? You can have a happy life. Sometimes when you look for superficiality, and we're not talking about if somebody's around there superficial, meaning sometimes if you only look for the outward appearance, you find yourself in a lot of trouble. Because when after a while, when the beauty starts to slowly fade and the character is getting stronger, and that character is not a character that you admire, you will end up having a lot of regrets, because you knew that you got involved, even got married on the basis of the outward appearance, as opposed to the outward and the inward appearances. Dark-skinned women are beautiful women. They're intelligent women. They're sweet women. They make good wives and good girlfriends. Be proud to walk with them. I know dopey. I know sepulchres. I know people belonging at the grave. I know monkey. I know patu. Just as how you will have ugly black, the dark skin, you have ugly brown skin. I've seen them. ugly now. I mean, really ugly. So, I mean, not because the head may be kinky and picky, because so God make we hear you don't know what. Maybe we need to research what the kinky hair can do for us. Maybe it's a strong barrier towards some, thing in the atmosphere. We just don't know. Because I find that first of all, I find that persons with very dark complexion, they're harder to age. The age take forever to show. And they come like, let me live longer. Their ages take forever to show. Trust me on that. And they're strong physically. A piece of strength that is in them. What? They're beautiful people. My Jamaican men, yes, and even Jamaican women. Your spouses. Nothing wrong if them black like tar. Nothing wrong if them black like last night. I'm sorry to say it that way. What I'm using those for hyperbole to emphasize. Stop being guided by the color of one's complexion, their nose, their lip, their eyes, and their hair texture. Even the weight, because we live in a 21st century. You have on weight today and have it on tomorrow. And I'm not encouraging somebody to do those fast diets. What I'm saying is that's a different time now. A man can be a ugly duckling yesterday, and tomorrow is a swan. Yesterday, the girl can favor Cruella, where them throw like an acid, somebody will throw acid on a Cruella. I know I'm being really descriptive, but tomorrow she looks like, I mean, Princess somebody. I mean, a beautiful woman. The dark complexion ones them have substance too. You hear? Them have substance too. You hear? You know, I always go for the brown one them. Even my complexion may attack, because sometimes me I walk by road and I say brown enough time, many times for many years. So, well, technically, when I look at a crayon, it matches my complexion, but you understand what I'm saying to you. You know, they have substance too. I have a beautiful friend, dark. The same one when them talk about light, turn on the light because darkness will come. Beautiful woman. Any man would be lucky and blessed to have her. She doesn't fit in terms of her physical feature and disposition, doesn't fit the European status quo of beauty, but she's elegant and she's a woman with class and grace. That's her name, Grace. And not only the brown one, them matter and can and make good wives and girlfriends and fiancés. The black one, them too. Here, the very dark ones too. Come on, men. Even women, but men in particular. Love on your black, dark-skinned women. Don't bother feel like, oh, yeah, date for this person, but when it comes to marry, no. Because I want my child to look away. Look at me. Worry about the health of your child. Worry about the child come out to somebody great and important and no dunce and they head not tough. And then before fool. That's what you need to worry about. Me not say and make sure the child come out healthy. Because you can get involved with somebody brown and beautiful. And when the bikini come out, the picnic favor, I don't know what to say. But to look good compared to the picnic. And the picnic, and them say ugly picnic grow pretty for true. It might not grow ugly, grow pretty. The ugliness just stay and grow with him or her. The ugliness and the picnic neck and neck. Down the flank for his first prize. Come on, people. Let's get out of this mental slavery. Every complexion matters and nobody's better than none. Not a soul better than the other. Whether you're black or you're brown or you're in between. Let's get out of all of that. And love on our men, love on your black women. Get married to them. To them important, They're, yeah, man. No matter just run for the all light complexion. Mix it up a little bit. Mix it up a little bit, Because when you mix lemonade, you have to have sugar, you have to have the water, you have to have the lime. Or, Yeah, man, my beautiful people. So, love on them. Have a great evening. Have a wonderful weekend. And you are blessed.